Ultra-processed foods have a devastating impact on the gut microbiome across every stage of life, reshaping microbial ecosystems in ways that damage metabolism, immunity, and long-term health. Although the gut is designed to adapt and remain resilient, the modern food environment constantly pushes it toward dysfunction. At first, the effects seem invisible: subtle digestive shifts, changes in appetite, mild fatigue. But over years and decades, microbial deterioration becomes a major engine of chronic disease. The danger is especially pronounced because ultra-processed foods alter the microbiome differently in children, adults, and older individuals, exploiting the unique weaknesses of each age group. In childhood, the microbiome is still forming, making it extremely sensitive to dietary patterns. Ultra-processed foods low in fiber and high in sugar, emulsifiers, and artificial additives disrupt this development at a critical stage. Beneficial bacteria that thrive on plant fibers struggle to survive, while microbes associated with inflammation, obesity, and metabolic dysfunction multiply. This imbalance, dysbiosis, can become ingrained for life. Children who regularly consume processed snacks, sugary drinks, and convenience foods often show reduced microbial diversity, a predictor of poorer health outcomes throughout adulthood. Even more concerning, early microbiome disruption can impair immune development. A weaker, poorly balanced microbiome in childhood increases the likelihood of allergies, asthma, autoimmune tendencies, and poor metabolic regulation later on. The body never fully forgets the microbial environment it was built upon. Ultra-processed foods can set children on a biologically vulnerable path before they even reach adolescence. In adulthood, the microbiome is more stable but not at all protected from harm. Many adults consume ultra-processed foods daily, without realizing how quickly these products degrade microbial resilience. These foods lack fermentable fibers that feed beneficial bacteria, and instead deliver a constant influx of refined sugars, unhealthy fats, and chemical additives that fuel the growth of pro-inflammatory microbes. Emulsifiers used to improve texture in packaged foods have been shown to erode the gut lining, weakening the intestinal barrier and allowing inflammatory molecules to leak into the bloodstream, a condition often referred to as leaky gut. This low-grade inflammation drives weight gain, insulin resistance, and metabolic syndrome, even in individuals who don't overeat. Adults experiencing chronic stress or poor sleep are hit even harder because stress hormones themselves disrupt microbial balance, and processed foods pour fuel on that instability. The result is an unhealthy cycle where disrupted microbiota impair metabolism, and impaired metabolism increases cravings for the very foods that cause the decline. As adults move into middle age and older adulthood, the microbiome naturally loses diversity, becoming less robust and more susceptible to diet-induced damage. Ultra-processed foods accelerate this decline dramatically. Older adults often eat fewer whole foods due to appetite changes, dental issues, mobility challenges, or loneliness, making them even more dependent on easily accessible, ready-made meals. But these foods starve beneficial microbes of the fibers and polyphenol they need to thrive. With each passing decade, the gut ecosystem becomes more fragile. Fewer beneficial bacteria remain to regulate inflammation, support immunity, or help maintain metabolic stability. Harmful bacteria, meanwhile, gain a stronger foothold, increasing inflammatory signaling throughout the body. This pattern has serious consequences for older adults who already face age-related immune decline. Dysbiosis in late life is strongly linked to higher risk of infections, slower recovery, worsening frailty, and cognitive decline due to inflammation spreading from gut to brain. Many older adults attribute energy crashes, digestive issues, or immune weakness to normal aging, when in reality their microbiome has been progressively damaged by decades of processed food intake. One of the most alarming aspects of microbiome disruption across the lifespan is how silently it progresses. The gut does not signal distress loudly until damage is severe. People may experience subtle symptoms: bloating, cravings, fatigue, irregular digestion, but they rarely connect them to microbial imbalance. Meanwhile, The microbiome becomes less diverse, the gut barrier weakens, and inflammation spreads throughout the body. This internal instability contributes not only to metabolic disorders but to autoimmunity, mood disturbances, allergies, and neurodegeneration. The science is increasingly clear. A compromised microbiome is a foundational contributor to chronic disease. What makes ultra-processed foods so destructive is that they attack the gut ecosystem from multiple angles simultaneously. They deprive microbes of the nutrients they need to survive. They deliver sugars and emulsifiers that feed harmful strains. They weaken the gut barrier. They disrupt communication along the gut-immune-brain axis. And they reinforce patterns of overeating that further destabilize microbial balance. Across all ages, the result is a microbiome that is less diverse, more inflamed, and less capable of supporting health. The warning cannot be overstated. Ultra-processed foods quietly dismantle the gut microbiome year after year, creating a biological environment primed for metabolic disorders, weakened immunity, and accelerated aging. Children lose the chance to build a resilient microbial foundation. Adults compromise the stability needed to maintain metabolic health. Older individuals face rapid declines that increase vulnerability to disease and cognitive impairment. Without recognizing the profound influence of diet on microbial ecosystems, people may continue consuming foods that steadily erode one of the body's most essential defenses.